Anytime we bring a machine in the shop, we just make sure that it's clean when it's come in. Overall walk around, we just make sure that state of this machine is good to go on a rent. Part of our green tag is also doing a function test, so when we take it out or bring it in, we run every function to the max, make sure that no issues happened. And then we check in the engine bay, making sure our hydraulic manifold isn't leaking anywhere, no loose hoses, no fittings loose. Checking electrical connections and wiring, just to make sure nothing's worn through. Every time something comes in, we just check air filters and making sure that fuel and oil filters are up to the right service. Checking radiator and coolers, make sure that nothing is too bent on them or rocks stuck in them. Then we'll come to the engine compartment, checking windshield washer fluid, topping off any fluids that need it, making sure there's enough oil in it, checking underneath the machine, make sure belly pans are secured, make sure the swing isn't over greased or anything. Checking final drive covers, make sure they're in good condition and secured. Just checking the sprocket, make sure the teeth aren't too worn on it. Track tension. Check the hours, make sure the filters are not past the service. Making sure the seat belt is up to date. And then overall cleanliness, super important. So after doing a quick walk around, I'll grab a grease gun and grease all the points. We're wanting to make sure that we aren't greasing it too much. So then in this case, this greaser didn't want to take grease, so we swap out the fitting to make sure that all the pivot points are getting grease to them. So after getting all the grease points, I'm gonna visually inspect all of our hardline hydraulic lines up here, just to make sure none of them are bent, kinked, or making sure hardware and clamps are holding the hoses in the correct positions. We just give the cab a good clean, making sure windows are clean also. So after that, we'll get this thing out and get it washed, and it'll go on its next rent.